The Iliad by Homer. Book 15. The Achaean armies at bay. Back through jutting stakes and across the trench they fled, and hordes were cut down at the Argives' hands. The rest, only after they reached the chariots, stood fast, blanched with fear, whipped in desperate flight. That moment Zeus awoke on the heights of Ida, stretched out by Hera, queen of the golden throne. He leapt to his feet. He saw the Trojans and Achaeans, one side routed, the other harrying them in panic. Achaeans attacking, and god Poseidon led the way. And Zeus saw Hector sprawled on the battlefield, his comrades kneeling round him as he panted, struggling hard for breath, his senses stunned, vomiting blood. The man who'd struck him down was not the weakest Argive. At the sight of Hector, the father of men and gods, filled with pity now, and shooting a terrible dark glance down at Hera, burst out at her. What a disaster you create, uncontrollable Hera, you and your treachery, halting Hector's assault and routing Hector's armies. I wouldn't be surprised, my queen, if you were the first to reap the pernicious whirlwind you have sown. I'll whip you stroke on stroke. Don't you recall the time I strung you in midair and slung those two massive anvils down from your feet and lashed both hands with a golden chain you could not break? There in the clouds and high clear sky you dangled, and the mighty gods on steep Olympus raged away, impotent. What could they do to set you free? Standing there, helpless, and any god I caught I'd seize and send him plunging over the ramparts, head first, till he hit the earth, barely alive. Not even then would the stark grief for Heracles release my breaking heart, my own godlike son. You, with the north wind's help, had coaxed the gales to send him scudding over the barren salt sea. You, always plotting miseries for my son, you bore him off to the crowded town of Kos. But there I saved him, whisked him away to safety, back to the stallion land of Argos, worn with torment. I will help you remember. You'll give up your treacheries. You will see if your warm embraces serve you then, your bed of lust where you sank me in your arms. Down from the gods you came to waylay me. You seduced me blind. Her eyes wide, Queen Hera shuddered before his thunder, protesting, swearing a flight of winged oaths. Earth, be my witness now, the vaulting sky above and the dark cascading waters of the Styx. I swear by the greatest, grimmest oath that binds the happy gods, by your sacred head, by the bed of our own marriage, that I, at least, would never take in vain. Never by will of mine did the god of earthquakes wreak havoc among the Trojan ranks, and Hector, and surge to help their foes. It must be his own great rage that drives him on. He pitied the sight of Argives pinned against their ships, not I. Why, I'd be the first to counsel him to take your lead, Zeus, wherever you command, my king of the black cloud. A rousing appeal, and the father of men and gods looked down and smiled, and took command with a flight of winging orders. Excellent Hera, now, if in the years to come you will accord with me, my wide-eyed queen, throned with me in the gods' decisive sessions, then Poseidon, bent as he is to go his own way, must change at once and wrench his will to ours, to yours and mine united. So then, Hera, if you mean what you say, down to the last word, go back now to the deathless tribes of gods, and summon Iris to come before my presence. Summon Apollo too, lord of the famous bow. Iris will fly to Achaea's bronze-armed troops, and direct the god who shakes the earth to stop, to quit the war and return to his own ocean halls. And let Apollo drive Prince Hector back to battle, breathe power back in his lungs, make him forget the pains that rack his heart. Let him whip the Achaeans in headlong panic rout, and roll them back once more, tumbling back on the oar-swept ships of Peleus' son Achilles. And he will launch his comrade Patroclus into action, and glorious Hector will cut him down with a spear in front of Troy, once Patroclus has slaughtered whole battalions of strong, young, fighting men, and among them all my shining son Sarpedon. But then, in rage for Patroclus, brilliant Achilles will bring Prince Hector down, and then, from that day on, I'll turn the tide of war. Back the fighting goes, no stopping it, ever, all the way till Achaean army sees the beetling heights of Troy through Athena's grand design. But till that hour I will never cease my anger, nor will I permit a single immortal god to save the Argive forces, not till Achilles' prayer has been fulfilled. So I vowed it first. I bowed my head in assent that day. The goddess Thetis clutched my knees, begging me to exalt Achilles, scourge of cities.